I do professional wrestling. It's called ECPW, East Coast Professional Wrestling. We do shows like 83 to 100 times a year.
What's your ultimate goal with wrestling? Do you want that to be like your profession, or use that just like a hobby, or where do you see yourself?
I really want it as my profession. So I want to either go to AEW or WWE, or another good one is New Japan, because I used to do martial arts and everything. So getting back in that field would help me really shine against other competitors.
Right. So it seems like you're like starting out, but you gotta master this level before you move up. So yeah. How long you been at this, and when did you realize you wanted to do this?
I wanted to do this ever since I was a young boy. So ever since I was 5 years old, and I've been doing this for a year and a half now.
Hey everyone, we're back on Unleashing Truth. I'm your host, Michael Steven, along with my friend AJ. How you doing, AJ?
How are you? Good, how are you?
Doing great. I met AJ at HealthQuest, renowned gym in Flemington, New Jersey. And I always see AJ there working out. And I was like, hey, what are you up to, man? He's a big dude. How big are you?
I'm 6'7", 262 pounds. I lost a few pounds the last couple of weeks. I'm trying to get down to 255.
All right, 6'7". All right. So I was like, what? I was like, you play any sports, man? And he said, hey, I'm into wrestling. So let's just start with that. What kind of wrestling do you do? Talk about it. Go wherever you want to go.
Okay, I do professional wrestling. It's called ECPW, East Coast Professional Wrestling. We do shows like 83 to 100 times a year. We usually start in New Jersey and then make our way to New York and all the other places, which is like Philadelphia and stuff like that. But for right now, we're doing New Jersey, Ridgefield Park. I'm going to be in a 6-man tag. So it's going to be me, Big Bad Blake, and Dr. Bankman. And then we're versing Dirtbad Dan, Drew Marston, and Gina Rosely Lugassi or something like that. I forgot his name.
So is it like the old school WWE, WWF type events, like in the 80s, 90s, like that type of style?
Yeah, but we're doing like indie wrestling for right now. So it's kind of like community kind of wrestling. I mean, we try to like promote ourselves to be like the pros, but some people are not at that point. We're trying to get them to.
How big is everyone, like your size, or are you like the biggest dude?
I'm almost the biggest one. There's two guys that are taller than me, which is Big Bad Blake and John Tella, which is another good wrestler to learn from. I learned from him when I first started training and everything. So he's a really good guy to watch. So
how often do you do these events?
Usually like three times a year. It depends when I'm in it, because then that's when I know for upcoming shows, like how to sell tickets and everything. But if you go to the website, which is ECPW1, they have all their posters and stuff posted on their website of when the shows are and stuff like that.
Gotcha. So you said like 3 big shows a year. Do you do any smaller things, or what do you do in between when you're?
In between, we usually just go to training. We just train. But for smaller shows, we usually do like ones in Flemington, like HealthQuest, charitable events. Yeah. So
how long are they?
It depends. I'm with my coach. I mean, I know how long my masters are since I'm a newer kind of guy. Usually like 8 to 12 minutes max, but other guys are usually 29, 28 minutes, depending on expertise and stuff like that.
So I grew up watching, like, Randy Macho Man Savage, Hulk Hogan, Andre the Giant, but I'm obviously a few years older than you. I watched some of that, and then I kind of went into like The Rock, and some of the other guys. John Cena, and things kind of like changed. So is it that type of, I know I asked that before, but is that kind of like style, like tag team wrestling, or just like solo, mano y mano, no holds barred type?
It's kind of like, plus we have street fights and backyard fights too, which is just, we have the ring set up out. We have like kids around the stands with guardrails and everything, and they just watch.
That's cool. So when's your next show?
My next show after this one would be September 24th, Elks Lodge.
Elks Lodge, yeah, I know that. So that's a smaller venue, but what's the next? So you have September 24th, but you have one in August, I think, right?
Yeah, August 12th. We Ridgefield Park. I'm not sure of the address, but if you want to look on the ECPW website, they'll probably post it.
That's cool. What? How many people can go to the August one?
As many as you guys want. I mean,
okay.
Usually there's like 50 to 100 people there, but
okay, that's cool. So what's your ultimate goal with wrestling? Do you want that to be like your profession, or use that just like a hobby, or where do you see yourself?
I really want it as my profession. So I want to either go to AEW or WWE, or another good one is New Japan, because I used to do martial arts and everything. So getting back in that field would help me really shine against other competitors.
Right. So it seems like you're like starting out, but you gotta master this level before you move up. So yeah. How long you been at this, and when did you realize you wanted to do this?
I wanted to do this ever since I was a young boy. So ever since I was 5 years old, and I've been doing this for 1.5 years now. So I've been doing it I started in the summer. So it would be 1 year and 3 months that I'm in now. Still kind of new, but.
Right. What's your athletic background? Did you play any other sports? Did you karate, anything like that?
I did karate, basketball in high school. And I tried out for the wrestling team, but I wasn't so good at that.
Yeah.
Little too vicious on the mat.
So you had basketball, no football though?
No, Mom didn't want me to play it.
That makes sense. A lot of concussions and
concussions,
other things.
Yeah, like that.
You don't want to mess with your brain. This is the most important thing. But yeah, that's great though, because you got basketball and you got what type of karate?
I usually do taekwondo, jiu-jitsu, weapon defense training.
Jiu-jitsu, all right. I'm getting into that. I claimed I was going to do it in 2022, so I'm going to start at some point. So look forward to that. So I'm not taking you on anytime soon, though. So that makes sense. So you've always kind of wanted to do this, and you have the athletic background, which I think is great. You kind of need to be able to fight, but also play sports and have the athleticism.
Yeah,
that's a good combo. How do you? I guess I always see you around the gym, and funny. I last time I think I saw you there, you were giving people a little forearm shiver or whatever you want to call it, and you asked me, "Let me do it." I'm like, "Nah, I'm not giving you the satisfaction." What was that? What was that you were doing?
The rolling forearm. So I would just roll and actually try to connect.
Yeah. Forearm to the chest. Yeah, that was funny.
And then I usually do a chop too.
Nice. So what? How often do you train?
Usually 2 days a week for 1.5 years now. So I've been doing it a lot. I've been usually going Thursdays, Saturdays, trying to go a third day depending on my work schedule.
Yeah.
And I'm still working at Taco Bell, but it's a pain in the ass to have to do paperwork and stuff and having to wait for the email and stuff like that.
Yeah. Hey, but you got to start and just keep grinding, because that's good that you do it every week.
Yeah.
Consistency is, what I've learned is that consistency is key. even what I'm doing here, it's like I'm not 100% where I want it to be, but I got to just keep moving and getting things done. And eventually it'll work out because there's so many days in a year. So you just got to keep rolling. Now, how do you lift for
I usually
this?
Go to my training. So I usually go training and then I come here. But basically what I do at home, it's like body weight, walking around the block. We do have heavy stuff in the basement that I usually use. And then for arms, I usually do 80 curl dumbbells, 110 curl dumbbells, curl bar, 110. And then I do legs too, which I just started, and I never knew the power I had in my legs. Yeah. And I went all the way down to 390. So I did 390 for a couple of weeks now too. So
on what?
Legs, leg press.
Leg press, yeah. Yeah, I'm not as big as you, but I've been working out longer. I would say that when I watch you, it seems like you're always sweating, you're doing supersets, which I think is good. But I'm trying to put on muscle and you're trying to, cause I'm like about 190. So I'm like 6 foot 190. I'm trying to get to like 200, 210 and I have specific goals for me. I want to be able to like squat double my body weight. I want to be able to deadlift 3 times my body weight. I'm not quite there yet. I want to be able to bench. Somewhere like about 300 pounds, let's say. But I'm not quite there yet. So I have these goals for myself. But for you, I would say that you're trying to stay big, but also get more toned and in better shape, right? So, because I work out at another gym, Newell Strength. I have been researching lifting over and over again for like the past 20 years. And it's like, I'm into what I call a meathead bodybuilding athlete. It's like, you gotta just lift heavy ass weights up against the clock. And I'm telling you, man, like even this morning I worked out at 6 o'clock, man. I got there at 6:05. By 6:37, my shirt was like drenched because we were picking up as much weight as we can, walking with it for 60 yards, then doing walking lunges, then, doing some pull-ups, like you do 3 rounds of that. And then you said, okay, do as many, for the next 10 minutes, do bench press mixed with squats. And man, if you challenge yourself, if you just do a lot of those body weight, it'd be good. But then as you start, like your body starts getting accustomed to it, I feel like that's what's made me, age in a better fashion because I'm able to kind of like, I don't know, I'm able to be strong, but also athletic and have stamina. And like, so I just want to throw it out there for you because, I am guilty of something. I have not stuck to a workout plan in like 5-10 years. So I go and I hit every muscle group every week, but I'm not actually like tracking my data. And that's not going to help me long-term in terms of reaching a goal. So what I would just recommend for you is that, you come up with, maybe work with your trainers, obviously, and your coaches, but they might know something, but maybe they can get you on some kind of plan. Because,
I've been trying to look for a plan for months now, and I created my own plan. So
that's good.
I cut out sugar and stuff like that, bread. And I just do tomahawk steak sometimes.
Hey, well, no, we're talking about lifting here, brother. We'll talk about eating right after this, but I'm talking about like lifting. Yo, you need to there needs to be some kind of regimen. So are you on a regimen with your training or no? Or do you just kind of do your own thing?
I kind of do my own thing. I mean, I'm not looking for a specific plan because like I see guys like on YouTube saying you need to do this. If you want to get these, you need to do this. If you want to get these. Yeah. I just go as I feel, and I'm just like, you know what? I feel pretty good about myself. I don't need like an app telling me what to do or trying to monetize my workouts just for what? For like mass and stuff. And it's like, even though you want to get big, try to figure out your own way first before you rely on other plans. Because if the other plans don't work and they screw you over, then you don't have a plan to actually get down to the goal weight you want.
True. Yeah, because that's what I'm saying. The difference between the two of us is I'm trying to get bigger, you're trying to get leaner.
Yeah.
But I do think because again, you're only, how old are you? You're 21, I think.
22.
22. All right. Happy birthday. I haven't talked to you since you were 22, I don't think. So, when I was your age, I had no fucking idea what I was doing. So I'm just saying, as you progress, because I think that, I like your passion for this. I think you're going to, hopefully one day I'm going to see you in a WWE. All right.
Hopefully.
But I think the only way, my opinion, the only way you're going to get there, eventually you're going to meet someone. They're going to be like, yo, you're going to lift like this. You're going to try these exercises. It's going to make your body in general stronger. Because there's so many exercises that I've learned. Because like you said, with YouTube and apps, it's like, there's so much information out there that I'm overwhelmed. And it's like, yo, I just got to go back to the basics. Like I actually made a sheet during the COVID era in 2020. I made like a sheet of every full body exercise and then each muscle group. And I just stopped. I was like, wait, there's 20 for all of these. And I can't possibly remember all of this. I need to speak to an expert and they need to show me what to do because I'm not going to be able to do all this on my own. I can make my own great workouts, but it's like, I'm not going to get to where I want to get to. So, I'm sure one day you're going to be there and you're going to be like, hey, Mike, I tried this new program and I'm, now I'm, 250 and, looking like The Rock. So you'll be there one day, I'm sure. But hopefully
I'll be there one day.
Yeah. What about eating? What kind of food you eat and what's your eating schedule?
Recently I cut out sugar, bread. I eat at least 1 cup of veggies for dinner every night. Get my proteins in, steak, fish, chicken, grilled chicken though, people, not fried.
Yeah, fried ain't good.
What I do now is tomahawk steak, a little bit of lime rice. So I spread lime on the rice. And then I do a cup of veggies.
What about eggs, oatmeal, that?
A little bit. I usually have eggs in the morning. Oatmeal, I'm not really too a fan of.
That's cool. So you get do you get 200 grams of protein in a day or 250 or do you not get that much? Because you're not trying to gain
just from eating that food.
Yeah.
But
okay.
I don't want to go over by eating let's say if there's a carton of eggs, 2 cartons. Right. And then for the rest of the week, I have low protein levels because I've only been eating tomahawk steak and rice.
Right. Yeah, because a lot of steak has a ton of protein in it.
Yeah. But you gotta watch out for that fat, though. I always trim the fat.
Tastes so good, though. Yeah. So I actually stopped eating breakfast, traditional breakfast, 2 years ago. I actually don't eat until. I try not to eat until 2 or 3, but now I'm actually going to change that because I've been eating on a schedule where I'm eating 2 o'clock to 10 o'clock and then kind of eating right before bed. And a lot of it's good food. A lot of it's eggs, oatmeal, chicken, steak, shrimp, rice, vegetables, fruit. But what I realized is that it's hard to eat a lot and then go to sleep. So I'm actually going to start eating a little bit earlier now. I just figured this out today. But, do you have any fruit or no?
Yes, I do. I have bananas, mangoes.
Yeah.
Try to stay away from grapes and cherries because the high sugar content in them.
Yeah.
But another fruit I did, it was like a guava or something, like a guava kind of fruit.
Yeah.
I'm not sure what it was, but it's a African kind of fruit that my friend got.
Yeah, that's cool. Yeah, I've started realizing that fruit is a really good, and I've heard this from a few different people, and I tried it and I like it. Fruit's the first meal I eat in the day, and then it kind of makes me hungrier once I have it. Sometimes I eat a lot of food and I feel tired. You have lunch and you pass out or something. I don't have that. I have fruit and I feel great. I want to eat some more food now. But I'm actually experimenting personally. I actually met with a guy last month on this platform, and he is a vegan. And so we were talking about all the ins and outs of that. I go, hey, can I put on muscle being a vegan? And we're like, yeah, you just got to find the food. You know, you got to have oatmeal and beans and lentils and tofu and all these things that like I grew up. I'm like, nah, I don't want any of that. But I have talked to many people, and I know professional athletes who have said, hey, I have less inflammation. I have less problems with my knees. I have less all these things when I don't have meat. So if I was your age, I would just keep eating the grilled chicken and the steak. But I'm like trying to like experiment on myself and see what happens. So
I'd say something good for you would be if you're trying to go vegan. Is I wouldn't say like a vegan burger, but try like a sandwich with no meat in it. Just have like a plant-based kind of burger or entree or something like that.
Yeah.
What my friends usually do, because some of them are vegans, they don't eat meat. They usually have tofu. Shoot, I forgot their meals. Usually have tofu, green beans, corn, beans, and just fruit too. I mean, some of them just eat fruit in the morning, and then the rest of the days they just eat beans, rice, and stuff like that.
Yeah, HealthQuest has a new meal. They're that Zen Bowl place. They have some vegan meal there with a lot of the stuff that you just described.
Good.
Yeah, they have like the stuff you described plus some sweet potatoes or something. Potatoes are good too.
Potatoes, 4 Powerball I usually get.
Yeah,
which is just with general cauliflower.
Yeah,
rice, broccoli. I add my meat in there too, so you should get like beef or chicken.
Yeah, no, I'm gonna start eating there every now and then. I just tried that one meal, but yeah, it's funny. There's so many. You know, I've talked to so many different people over the last couple of years, and I've researched things. And it's like some people think eggs are amazing, some people think eggs are horrible for you, and they're both really smart people, and they're both really great people. But it's like there's just polar opposite thoughts. Some people think meat is great, and that humans, you know, food chain, we eat meat. Other people are like, no, we only started eating meat X amount of years ago, and we could grill it. We would, we'd always hunt for it, but now we can grill it and all that stuff. No, we used to eat back in the old days. We would eat stuff from the earth because that's all that was available. So there's so many different lines of thoughts, and I'm trying to figure out, hey, how do I, you're young, but it's like you want longevity in the weightlifting game, which obviously, hey, the weight, it's not just about how you look, it's also what's going on inside your body. So I think every person is different. Not everyone's the same based on genetics, based on, everything about them. So I don't know. I'm still trying to figure out the food thing myself. And then do you work out? When do you work out? Like at night? Do you work out when you're like fasted, or you have a bunch of food in your stomach?
It depends. But I usually work out until like 11 to 12 at night just to get my time in.
Yeah. So you eat during the day and then okay.
Yeah, I usually get there about like 4-ish, 5-ish, working until 11 or 12-ish. And then depending on that time, if I need to do anything else, I'll just go home and then really just do body weight and walking around the block. Yeah.
It's easier to lose weight than to put on muscle.
Yeah, that's the big part for me, but
you can do it. So I also experimented with fasting, where I think I told you I don't eat quite as often, but it's difficult to put on muscle doing that, or even keep your muscle. But there are ways to do it. And I think the best way to do it is, hey, when you do eat, you got to eat the right foods.
Yeah.
That's because I tell people, my age or older, if they ever want to lose weight, I'm like, just don't eat. I just have water and don't eat, but easier said than done sometimes. But, I feel like I haven't eaten today, for instance, and I worked out and played ball, and my brain is like firing. I had a little bit of caffeine about 6 hours ago, but like I'm good right now. I'm focused. And, I just like to tell people that, because it's like, there's some kind of like magic that you can find within yourself when your body, brain and body are not digesting food.
Yeah.
I can actually just like focus better. Eventually I'm going to crash and be hungry as hell. And that's probably going to be soon, but what else? Do you have any have you ever like benched a certain amount or squatted or deadlifted? Have you ever like had certain goals?
In high school, I benched 495, so almost 500 pounds. And then I injured my shoulder by doing that one time.
Oh, so right here?
Took a break from it.
495, that's 5 plates on each side.
But then for squat, I recently did, since I do squat here sometimes, I weigh the amount of items I have in my garage back here, which is just right in that back room. I have weights and stuff like that. So I have the squat bar. So I do 660 now for squat.
660?
Yeah. It's hard, man, but...
How many reps? 5? 1?
I usually do 5.
Damn.
5 or 6.
You get all the way down? 5, 6 reps to 660? You're killing me.
Yeah, I usually get all the way down, but sometimes my knees give out. Yeah. So I'm going to go like halfway.
Yeah.
But I did that because I have to pick up heavy guys for wrestling, and some of them are like 500 pounds or 380 or that heavy range. So I'm trying to increase my strength, but right now I'm trying to increase my grip too, which is another important part, because when I'm wrestling, guys are all sweaty and stuff like that. And then I usually slip off of them and I end up falling down. And then everybody's just like, whoa, okay, what the hell was that?
Yeah. How are you working on that?
Usually I just try to I do the grip bar things, like the gorilla kind of.
Oh, this one? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, they made these things called fat grips. Have you ever seen those? You wrap them in rubber and they put them around dumbbells. And then you can do whatever you're doing, like dumbbell press or curls. You do it with the fat grips on it, and it makes it much harder in here.
Yeah.
So it's a lot. So it doesn't impact it quite as much if you're doing a shoulder press or a bench press. But if you're doing a curl, you feel that, because and so like today, for instance, one of the things was, grab a fat grip and a dumbbell and do 30 to 50 reps without putting it down in your right arm. Then you can put it down. Then do 30 to 50 reps. And I grabbed a 45 with a fat grip. After 20, I was done. I couldn't hold it anymore, because the grip itself is like a flex the entire time. And I'm like, damn. So like I'm still working on my grip strength. Like, I don't know if you ever do like farmer's walks.
Yeah, that's what I usually do. Yeah. You see me in the gym sometimes doing those.
Yeah, doing those. Yeah, like I do them sometimes. And again, I'm trying to challenge myself. I use like that trap bar, the hex bar.
Yeah.
And you can put chalk on your hands a little bit, but sometimes again, like your scenario is you're sweating. So sometimes the chalk just flies right off. But I try to grab as much as I can on the hex bar and walk with it for 30 seconds. So I've got upwards of like 350 pounds, which I'm really proud of, but I don't even know if I can do it right now. And you got to be careful when you're walking with that weight again, so something like double your body weight. So you could probably load up like 500, 600, 700 pounds and walk with that for like 30 seconds. And what it's doing is it's like impacting your whole body, because it's like functional strength.
Yeah, it's like a full body kind of workout kind of thing.
But you're improving your grip, You can also do things. You could do things like hold a 45-pound weight in each hand like this for a minute. That's hard.
So you mean like just fingertips like that?
Yeah. Just hold the weight like that for like a minute, and you have to like 10 seconds. You're like, I could do this, and after like 30, you're like, it doesn't matter. I mean, you should try that. I should give you these grip things, because it's like I'm getting slowly better at it, or even like hangs. You ever just do like a hang like a monkey? You could do like a one-arm hang, something like that.
Hurts my hand though.
Yeah. Hurts it?
Yeah. I mean, I have to get better at that, but
yeah. I'm just thinking of cool grip ideas for you, but it sounds okay. So you've squatted, sounds like you could squat like 700 pounds.
Almost.
You almost did 500 on bench. Do you deadlift at all?
Yeah. Usually do like 350 right now because I want to take it easy. I don't want to overwork my body. So I usually do 350 or 325 depending on how much weight I usually do.
Yeah. I feel like you could definitely do like 500, 600, 700 if you wanted to, like once.
Yeah, if I wanted to, I could do like 500, 600, 700, even 800.
Yeah.
But
that's not your goal though. I get it. Yeah. It's not that's cool though, man. That's so were you always this big or were you like
I was very skinny when I was a freshman. So from there I added on fat. But then when I had fat, I tried to cut it off. So I was cutting at the time in high school, and now I'm just trying to bulk up. Now I'm back to the stage where I have to be shredded again.
Right. Yeah. So you worked out. How long have you been working out? Since like 12?
Like 2014.
Okay. So yeah, like 14. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, that's the right age. Good. Well, sometimes you put on a lot of muscle, you put on a lot of fat. Now at least you got the muscle. And it's like sometimes I kick myself for not doing enough squats and deadlifts because I was playing a lot of sports. And like I always did them, I just didn't do them heavy. And now it's like I'm regretting it a little bit because, my body's a little disproportionate. I need to work on the legs. So I'm never going to get to 700 in squats though, man. I'll opt to, if I can get the 405, I'd be happy. So that's my ultimate goal. 4 plates on each side. I'll be good. I feel happy about that. What else you want to share about yourself, AJ?
I mean, that's really all, but, right now I'm just trying to promote my wrestling right now. So anybody who wants to buy tickets, $10 or $12 depends between my coach and myself. So any of you guys want to come to HealthQuest, I'm always available to sell out tickets and tell you about ECPW and where we do shows and stuff like that. But if you ever see me in the gym, I'll be around and help you guys with new workouts.
All right. Yeah. So August 12th and September 24th.
Yes.
Both of them
at 7 p.m. at night.
7 p.m. is, and that sounds like, good crowd, somewhere from 500 to 1,000. Yeah, it's a good crowd. That's it's exciting. So yeah, man, I'll try to. I'm not sure if I'm around those days, but I'll definitely try to come. Actually, I think the 12th I should be able to do it. So where's that located?
Ridgefield Park, New Jersey.
Okay, how far is that from Flemington?
It's about an hour and a half.
Damn. All right. Hour and a half. All right. And what time the show starts? 7 with like a 7 to 10
p.m.
Okay. How long does it go?
Until 11 or 12.
Okay.
Depends. But
Cool.
Let me give you the names of the guys that I'm going to be wrestling with.
Okay.
So Big Bad Blake's Instagram is the New York Nightmare. And then Dr. Vankman is just Dr. Vankman on Instagram. And then ECPW. And then my Instagram, as always, if any of you guys want to follow me, is Samoan Butcher, Samoan_Butcher. I'm recently named the Samoan Tiger, but that's just my Instagram name. But my whole character is the Samoan Tiger. So if you guys want to come to my show and just be like, yeah, Tiger.
It's good to get that out there. And I want to, once this interview is up, I will obviously, you can promote it and I can promote it on, with those guys as well.
Sure.
And again, just so you know what I'm doing, I want to unleash truth. That's the name of my podcast is Unleashing Truth. That means about the world and talk about some uncomfortable things, but it's also to talk about awesome things and entertaining things and bring people who are unique to the world, who it's like, hey, let's just get out there and have these fun conversations. And let's find people. I want to talk to people who are experts in their craft and they're really energetic about something. And it's like, hey man, this is perfect, And then I want people to listen to you who listen to the podcast, who are on the podcast and go, oh, I want to go check out, the Samoan Butcher's, Samoan Tiger, whatever you're going to call yourself at that point. Hey, I want to go check out his show, and that's kind of what I'm building. And then also you can listen to other people talk about food, talk about health, talk about the world, and be like, oh, wow, that's pretty interesting. So just building the community here, man. So I wish
another fun fact I wanted to add is even if I get to wrestling like AEW or New Japan, I want to give back to the community as much as I can. So I'm trying to build like a community foundation for like kids who are struggling with food or single parents that are struggling with bills or just in general, just helping people out.
No, that's great. I think, we're all in this together, right? And it's like, you can't do what you do without fans. You're going to entertain them and, you obviously vibe with them. I see, you're approaching young mayor status at the gym. You're not quite on my level yet, but you're getting there. You definitely got it more with the young kids. I'll tell you that. But,
you guys are the show.
Yeah, no, but you definitely have a presence about you. And I think that's great. Like, so you want to give back and, that's something that, I think that's really important because we can't, they want to come see you. They appreciate you, but you can't do what you do if nobody came.
Yeah.
There wouldn't be a business. So I think that's what it's all about, man. Do what you love.
I'm grateful for it too, because I got the opportunity to do this when I was 22 years old. Instead of doing it later when I was like, let's say 30, 35, 40. And then I don't have as many years in the WWE or AEW like I should.
Right.
So I'm really grateful for the people that are wrestling fans and invested in the wrestling community because it shows that not only that you guys are interested, but it shows that you guys support us and support what we're trying to do here. So
that's just good perspective
and it gives other young guys opportunities to come in saying, hey, okay, 22 years old, 21 years old, even 19 years old. This is going to be my dream. Let's make it happen. So I want to promote the ECPW website, ECPW company, really good school to train from. If you have any questions, like I said, contact Gino Caruso. He's the head founder of ECPW.
Yeah. It's perfect, man. Well, I look forward to seeing you. I'm definitely gonna try to make it out there on the 12th. And I'll see you at HealthQuest very soon, man. Thanks for coming on.
Yes.
And I think it's great that you're living your dream, man. I think
thanks, man.
You want to give back and you're trying to listen, you should be an inspiration. It's great that you're starting early and try to inspire, the youth.
Yeah.
That's what we all got to do.
Hopefully I inspire them.
Inspire yourself first and then give back and then, lead by example, man. That's what men got to do.
Just wanted to say one more thing before we go, just to tag Gino Caruso, because I would like to thank him personally because he gave me the opportunity to actually start my wrestling career. So if you guys are listening, Gino Caruso, ECPW, he helped me start my career, and I'm grateful for that. So.
Awesome. All right, brother. It's been real. I will see you at the gym soon. We're going to work out together one day. When I get a little bit bigger, we'll work out together.
I will show you some tricks.
All right. I look forward to it, man. All right. Later.
Have a good day.
All right.